Top 10 most popular books by Jonathan Carroll. 10. Bathing the Lion. 5 people share a miraculously detailed and disturbing dream in Carroll's latest speculative fiction. Their experience sparks a need to understand their roles in a cosmic drama played out over eons. Though short, the novel is not breezy read. It's a quiet, character-driven musing of the value of life and death that lovers and magical realism should embrace, but that readers wishing for a more cohesive story will find frustrating. 9. The Ghost in Love. A strain of syrupy romance undermines the novelist's so realistic strengths. Love conquers all, as if there were any doubt. 8. Glass Soup. Vienna resident Carroll's sequel to his fantasy about the afterlife, White Apples. Dazzling details and more twists than a bag of pretzels. Disquieting, often absorbing, but for skeptical readers, more questions than answers. 7. White Apples. Expatriate Carroll returns to Dreamville and the joys of a 500-channel imagination that flips on while brightening the experience into drops of blood on a breadstring. A variation on Carroll's From the Teeth of Angels, its strong charms grip without quite moving the reader. 6. The Marriage of Sticks. New fantasy from the author of Kissing the Beehive, etc. New York City rare book dealer Miranda Romance Cat, heading for Lax and her flight home, glimpses an old woman in a wheelchair on the freeway and thinks the woman might be herself. Intriguing up to a point, but the concept won't wash, and the question of who's really in charge remains unanswered. Upshot, a problematic parable. 5. Kissing the Beehive. A gripping, often quite amusing literary thriller from the expatriate American author of After Silence and several other exercises in often very imaginative comic surrealism. If this be Carroll's attempt to enter the commercial mainstream, more power to him. With this terrifically entertaining tale, he has improved the quality of the water. 4. The Panic Hand. A first collection from the American-born author, who now lives in Vienna, of 8 previous novels, including such highly praised fantasy work as The Land of Laughs and A Child Across the Sky. Carroll's weaker stories are slight and uninvolving, but his best are among the finest fantasies being written today. 3. From the Teeth of Angels. While heaven must be stormed and knowledge wrestled from death, or torn from the teeth of angels, the living are terribly scarred in this guided dream, a novel less grounded than the author's After Silence. Another draft may have deepened death into a stronger figure able to draw richer responses from Arlen and Wyatt, but although a bit thin, this is Carroll's fearless best since going mainstream. 2. After Silence. Carroll joins the mainstream with a romantic suspense novel, quite unlike his usual slippery surrealism, and delivers what is pretty much a winner. Strong throughout, though the story's air-pinning into suspense feels forced, still, honestly his best pages run deep, and this is Carroll's most readable ever. 1. outside the Dog Museum. Another surreal trip into magic realism by Carroll. Carroll is admirable in going his own happy way as a cult writer, but his magic seldom takes a memorable turn or finds the unforgettable moment that draws the reader back to re-experience a serious beauty. Each page feels like a magpie's pastiche. Bonus book, Mr. Breakfast. A magic tattoo enables a failed comic who will become a famous street photographer to choose from 3 different lives. An intoxicating, deeply affecting novel by the influential fantasist. Which is your favourite? Let me know in the comments.